Good morning, all of you. So we said solids are classified into two. What are they? Crystalline solids and amorphous solids. What are the characteristics of crystalline solids? Yes, tell me. Okay. So we learned definite geometrical shape, irregular shape. Cleavage property means on cutting, plain smooth surfaces on cleavage. When you cut a crystalline substance, on the cut surface you see very smooth plane. नहीं है तो on cutting, suppose if I cut this with a knife, ऐसे कुजड़ मुजड़ दिखते हैं दोनों साइड. Okay. In the case of amorphous substance, as a irregular shape. Definite geometrical shape, irregular shape. Then cleavage property, plain, smooth surfaces. Plain, smooth surfaces on cutting with a knife. Here, irregular surfaces. Definite heat of fusion, to fuse, to melt, or to fuse. Definite heat of fusion. No definite heat of fusion, any amount. Next, melting point, sharp melting point. For example, in the case of naphthalene, at 79 degrees Celsius also naphthalene will not melt, but 80 degrees Celsius, the whole naphthalene will be melting. But in this case, glass, if you take glass, it starts at 40 degrees Celsius. It keeps on going, melting, till the whole thing's got molten. It becomes to 50 degrees Celsius. So it is a range. We say it soften over a range of temperature. So sharp melting point, here soften over a range of temperature. Next point is anisotropic. We learned one more thing, true solid, pseudo solid, means false solid. Not these crystalline substances are, amorphous substances are not considered as true solid because they are actually liquids. They are super cooled liquids. This glass is actually a liquid. The glass attached to this window panes, this glass on the window panes, the glass fixed inside, it is actually a liquid, super cooled liquid. It can flow at high temperature during summer season. There will be slowly flowing down. You must have noticed in old buildings, the glass which are attached to the window panes are invariably thicker at the bottom compared to the top. It is slightly thinner because the glass flows slowly downwards, making the bottom portion thicker. So these are actually false solid, or we can say super cooled liquids. Here one point is there, another point, anisotropic. This we have to learn, anisotropic and isotropic. Isotropy. What is meant by anisotropy or isotropy? We know that in crystalline solids, the particles are arranged in a regular fashion, regular pattern, regular and periodically repeating pattern. That is the speciality of crystalline solids. So I'm going to draw a crystalline solid. Here the particles are arranged in a regular way. For example, sodium chloride. In sodium chloride crystal, if you take a big lump of sodium chloride crystal, there are so many Na plus ions and so many Cl minus ions. And these Cl minus, other than this Na plus or Cl minus, no other ions are there. Only Na plus and Cl minus. There are so many Na plus. Please open these windows. Let the fresh air flow. So in an NaCl crystal, there are so many Na plus and Cl minus ions are there. The entire crystal is actually made up of bigger atoms or bigger ions or bigger particles. Here bigger particles Cl minus. And I told you in between that small voids, this Na plus small cations will be entering. So here I'm going to do this is Cl minus, then Na plus, then Cl minus, then Na plus, Cl minus, Na plus, Cl minus, Na plus, Cl minus. In this, in a regular fashion, it goes. Particles are arranged in a regular fashion. So here, since the particles are arranged in a regular way, means they are organized. And if you're measuring a physical quantity like electrical resistance or simply say resistance or refractive index or any other physical property, if you measure through different directions, you will be going to get different values for the same crystal. How it is possible? I'm going to draw one crystalline substance. In this, you see the particles are arranged. Bigger ones, smaller ones, bigger ones, smaller ones, bigger ones. So in this, it is a regular arrangement. And I'm going to measure a physical quantity. A physical quantity I'm going to measure. I'm going to measure in this direction. When I measure this resistance along this direction, you know that copper wires resistance is different from silver wires resistance. Which is a better conductor, silver or copper? Which is the best conductor? Silver.
Silver.
Thank you. Who answered from here? Which is the best conductor? Silver. But we are not using silver wires for our homely wiring or outside also. From the power station, they are not giving this electricity through silver wire. Why? Because हमारा people they will steal that also. बिजली चोरी हो जाते. Then what about silver wire? Wire itself will go. So they use some aluminum wires, cheaper wires. but we know that silver is the best conductor. So silver's resistance is different from copper's resistance. This is steeper. So we are using this thing. If I measure refractive index or resistance in this direction. Suppose here it is copper, copper, copper. Right? Here it is silver, silver, silver. If I measure through this direction, I'll be getting some resistance. If I measure through this direction, I'll be getting some other resistance. Right? Why? Because different material particles through which I am measuring. If I measure through this direction, I'll be getting some other value. Why? Because in crystalline substance, the particles are very well arranged. The particles are very well arranged. So, this is what is meant by anisotropy. This is what is meant by anisotropy. Suppose I am keeping, for example, here all chawal, 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 chawal. Here dal, dal, dal. Here chawal, chawal, chawal. Here dal, dal, dal. Here chawal, chawal, chawal. खिचड़ी बना रहे. Okay. So I am measuring some physical quantity through this direction. I'll be needing only chawal. If I am measuring through this way, I'll be needing only dal. If I am measuring through this, I'll be getting all dal, khichdi only. So it will be giving different values for the same crystal. For the same crystal, we are getting different values. So this property is known as anisotropy. Why it is anisotropic? Because there is a definite arrangement of particles in an orderly way. So the particles are arranged in a particular pattern, in a particular fashion. So when we measure different physical properties like resistance, electrical resistance or refractive index, we get different values when we measure along different directions. You can measure in this way. You can measure in this way. You can measure in this way. This is what is meant by anisotropy. Suppose if I mix all these dal, chawal all mixed, if I mix all this together, dal, chawal all mixed, and if I measure this physical quantity from any direction, I'll be getting the same value. I'll be getting the same value. Means we say same. Same means iso. Iso ka shabdarth hai same value. Isomerism. Same molecular formula, but different structures or different functional groups or different chains. Iso means same. So we say this amorphous substance all mixed, no particular fashion of arrangement of particles. So this is isotropic, while this one is anisotropic. This is anisotropic. Anisotropic, while this amorphous solids are isotropic. So shape, what is shape? Definite geometrical shape, irregular shape. These words are to be by hearted. Many things in our life we by heart. We say by hearting is not a good quality, but I say it's a good quality. Learn karna hai, anisotropic. You have to by heart that word. Then only you can remember. Your name, simply you are by hearting your name, isn't it? What's your name? Supriya. There is no logic behind that name. Means I am not telling you are Supriya only. Uh, because every teacher likes her. Because she does a lot of activities. So my name, okay. Some other name, our names are simply put. There's no logic behind that. So this anisotropic, still here there is some logic. So we have to by heart many things. Irregular shape. Okay, so what are the differences between crystalline and amorphous substances? Shape, definite geometrical shape, irregular shape. Cleavage property, plain smooth surfaces on cleavage, irregular surfaces on cleavage. Then heat of fusion, definite heat of fusion, no definite heat of fusion. Order, long range order, short range order. Melting point, sharp melting point, soften over a range of temperature. Then anisotropy, isotropic, right? True solid and pseudo solid. So these are the differences between crystalline substances and amorphous. Now we are concentrating only to crystalline substances. This chapter will be seeing only crystalline substances. Amorphous substances you will study in some other classes. We are concentrating to crystalline substances. When we say this crystalline substance, the first and foremost thing that comes to our mind is definite shape, definite arrangement. The particles are orderly arranged. Particles are orderly arranged. So the properties are also due to this particle arrangement only. Now we are going to the microscopic level of that arrangement of particle. Yesterday I showed you a pattern and I said from that a smallest three-dimensional unit I am going to cut it out and we call it that what? Unit cell. So these unit cells are arranged आगे पीछे ऊपर नीचे in all directions. It is taken to different directions. आगे बढ़ाया and we are getting the big entire crystal lattice. The smallest 3D unit is called unit cell. One small unit I'll show. This a 3D pattern, a 3D, it is not an efficient packing. See, lot of space is there inside. It is not an efficient packing, but it is a simplest unit cell. That's why I'm showing you this one. When I cut, yesterday I showed you with orange and yellow. Green हो गया, ये है green. Orange and, see, your brain is very sharp. Children brain means very sharp brain. We are old, but you can easily catch hold of the things. So utilize that. This is the time. Grasp as much as knowledge. You can store enough. We forget. लोग चश्मा कहाँ रखा है, चश्मा कहाँ रखा है, चश्मा is on the nose only. Sometimes I search, where is my mask? I'm not getting my mask. Mask is kept here. And I'm searching everywhere I was searching. So here, so your brain means very sharp brain. Grasp as much as possible. So I'm cutting out a smallest unit from that arrangement. I'm calling it as a unit, but actually unit cell means you have to construct in such a way that you join the center of this sphere to the center of this sphere. From the center, you cannot see that center, you imagine the center. You consider it as a solid sphere. So from this point, you join to this point. This point means interior, center. From that center to this center, from this center to this center, so you'll be getting a square over there. Similarly, you join from here also. So one square here, one square here, one square here, down one square, right? From its center to its center, from its center to its center. I told you center you cannot see, you have to imagine. From here one square, how many squares? 6 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Means you have got which shape? cube. You have got a cube. That is our unit cell. Okay. So this ball is not fully going into that cube. Only a part of this ball is going into that cube. Similarly, only a part of this thing is going into that cube. How much part of this is going to in that unit cell? ये बॉल का सॉलिड मान लो, सॉलिड वैक्स मेड आउट ऑफ वैक्स और क्ले. How much part of this clay ball, clay sphere is present inside this imagined cube? 1/4 नहीं, 1/8. My question is, how much portion of this solid sphere, this green ball, this plastic ball is not solid sphere, you know. But suppose that it is a solid sphere. Solid sphere, this chalk is a solid thing. अंदर भी है, अंदर what do you say, hollow नहीं है, अंदर hollow नहीं है, full है. Similarly, one full ball. So how much portion of this corner ball, yeah, this corner ball or this corner ball or this corner ball, okay, consider this ball, this sphere, how much portion of this sphere is present in that imagined cube? That is 1/8. How it is coming, I'll show you. How many small cubes visible here? Eight small cubes. 8 small cubes. 4 in front, 4 behind. Okay. The cube, what I'm showing here, what imagined here is the shaded one. Okay. That is this side, left hand side for your left hand side, behind, down. Right? The cube what I have shown, you can take in any way, no problem. So this one, behind one, तो पीछे वाला the behind one that you imagine, and here is this one, right? Here is this one. This one is here. This one is here. This one is here down. Eight balls, right? We are imagining this ball here, this ball here, this ball here, this ball here, this ball here. Actually, they are touching each other, but I cannot show in the diagram as touching. Now, I'm talking about this ball, which is this one, right? I told you some portion of this ball is present inside this unit cell. Now you tell me this ball is divided into how many cubes? This ball, this sphere is divided into how many cubes? 8 cubes. 4 आगे, 4 पीछे, right? So I'm talking about this ball, this corner ball. This is the unit cell. This is the unit cell. I'm talking about this ball, right? I'm putting this unit cell here to consider in a bigger way in this one. So this ball, that is the corner ball here. This corner ball is divided into this one, this cube, this cube, this cube, the considered one, aage wala, and this piche wala, and this aage wala. Means this corner ball is divided into 8 cubes. That means only 8 में से only one portion is present inside this cube. So I'm telling only 1/8 portion, only 1/8 portion of the corner sphere contribution is there inside this unit cell. Similar is the case with every corner ball, right? Every corner ball. This is a corner ball. This is divided into 8 cubes. Aage 4, piche 4, right? So this corner ball, that means this one. I told you to imagine your left, piche, down. See, down, left, back. Down, left, back. Down, left, front is ye wala, front one, which is not shaded. The imagined cube is down, left, back. In that, this sphere, I'm talking of this sphere, corner one, that is divided into 8 cubes. That means from 8, only one portion is present in this particular unit cell. So the contribution of this ball or this sphere to this particular unit cell is 1/8, right? Similarly, this is a corner ball, 1/8 to this cube. This is a corner ball, 1/8 to this cube. This is a corner ball, 1/8 to this. This is a corner ball, only 1/8 to this unit cell. This is a corner ball, only 1/8 to this cube. This is a corner ball, only 1/8 to this cube. This is a corner ball, only 1/8 to this. So inside this unit cell, how many 1/8s are there? Iska 1/8? You are not listening? इसका 1/8, इसका 1/8, it's 1/8, it's 1/8, तो 4 1/8 हो गया, it's 1/8, it's 1/8, it's 1/8, it's 1/8. How many 1/8s? 8 1/8s. 8 1/8s are there. So 8 into 1/8, that is only one ball is present, only one sphere is present in this particular unit cell. God has made so many units. This is very inefficient packing because a lot of gaps are there. Our orange fellow, yeah, Sandrawala, will not pack like this. He will be packing like this. No, because this is very much inefficient. He knows that this is very much inefficient packing because a lot of gaps are there. He doesn't want any gap to leak. Okay, so in this particular unit cell, there are other unit cells also. I'll be showing those unit cells. This is the simplest unit cell, and what is the number of atoms present in this unit cell? Or what is the number of molecules present in this unit cell? Or what is the number of particles present in this unit cell? 1. How we got that one? 8 into 1/8. All together, only 1. You are unable to listen. Your facial expression is uh, see, body language is the most important thing in our life. Okay, so this is a unit cell, simplest unit cell. Other unit cells are also there. In this unit cell, the number of particles present, how many? How many? 1. How you got this one? 8 into 1 way. What is the number of particles in this unit cell? 8. No. This is only 1. This unit cell is called cube or cubic. Its different variations are there that we will be discussing in the next class.